Gareth, I missed you over the last 2 weeks. I'm glad to be back at the virtual anchor desk with you. Of course, you mentioned it. Lots of Sun Devil athletics to sink our teeth into during this very jam-packed show. So, what's the wait, right? Let's get right into it. ASU men's basketball was expected to be a national championship contender at the beginning of their season. Now, the struggling Sun Devil squad sits at just 7-10 on their season. We now bring in our WCSN men's basketball coverage team to break down those recent struggles and look towards the future to see how this young Sun Devil team can bounce back.
Arizona State will need to slow down UCLA's three.
Over to the softball diamond we go. Arizona State softball out there all weekend long. We're going to roll the highlights for you. ASU versus Cal State Fullerton. It's the 2021 Kachikawa Classic. You got Arizona State versus Cal State Fullerton. Allison Royalty in the center of the mound. She dominated for the Sun Devils. 9 strikeouts on the afternoon, folks. As Royalty standing there with her helmet on, she came ready to play. And so too did the hitting lineup for the Arizona State Sun Devils. Early on, it's still 0-0, bottom of the second. ASU's called out right there on the small bunt. But, it's Allie Tatnall stealing home plate for the Devils to give them their 1-0 lead at the bottom of the second. Bottom of the fifth we go. Kendra Hackbarth is up at bat. And Hackbarth, well, she hacks it into right field. We never see that ball again, folks, as the fifth-year senior knocks that one out of the park. It's a home run for the Sun Devils. They get a 2-0 lead in this one. And let me tell you, folks, this is just the beginning. This lead is only going to grow from here. Danae Chapman now at bat, and she sends it flying into center field. That ball would never be seen again. It's a grand slam for the Sun Devils. They improved their lead from 2-0 to 6-0. Boom, just like that, folks. ASU is left celebrating on home plate. Cal State Fullerton is left in the field wondering what they'll do next. And, well, within one inning, they really didn't have much space to do much after that. 8-0, Arizona State goes on to win by a mercy rule over the Cal State Fullerton team. This would be the first matchup of the two between the two squads over the Kachikawa Classic weekend. Arizona State improved to 5-0 after that. ASU and Cal State Fullerton meet up again in the Kachikawa Classic. This time, game number 2. Fullerton tries to stick around early, top of the first. ASU tries to get the double play right there, but Fullerton sneaks into home plate. They have a 1-0 lead in the top of the first. ASU now coming right back at it, 1-1, bottom of the first. There's a little hit right there. Bella Loomis is going to end up hitting home plate, giving ASU the 2-1 lead. Fullerton's trying to hang around at the bottom of the second, but soon enough, the Sun Devils would prove to just be too much to handle. Starting right here with the fifth-year senior, Kendra Hackbarth. She sends the ball flying out in center field past Farrington Field's giant walls back there. It's a home run for the fifth-year senior. It's a celebration for Sun Devil softball. They're undefeated. They're hitting dingers all over the field tonight, y'all. And then Danae Chapman decides, I want to get in on the fun too. She sends her own ball flying into left field over that back wall. The Sun Devils, folks, are clicking on all cylinders, and Chapman can feel it. You can see as her teammates welcome her back into home plate right there. She high-fives Bella Loomis. They can feel it, folks. It's a 5-2 victory for the Sun Devils. They go undefeated in the Kachikawa Classic, sitting at 6-0 right now on their young season. After Sun Devil softball absolutely dominated at the Kachikawa Classic, our softball reporter Ethan Tull now joins us to break down the team. Ethan, with the softball season now in full swing, which of the new Sun Devils can we expect to make a massive impact this season?
Gabby, some of the most electrifying players on the entire roster for the Sun Devils are freshmen, so let's go ahead and give a brief rundown of some of this new incoming talent.
Ethan, thank you so much for joining us this week. ASU softball will return home to Farrington Field to play against New Mexico on Friday, February 26th. Sun Devil Gym is making history this season after putting up their best road score since 2003 against Cal and narrowly losing to number 3 Utah at home. The Gym Devils are on the rise. Unfortunately, their next matchup against Stanford on February 20th was canceled. But, as you're about to hear, head coach Jay Santo is extremely optimistic for his team's future. Sun Devil soccer is now finally back in action as well. With that, we bring on our WCSN Sun Devil soccer reporters, Nick Elsner and Ethan Ryder. Nick and Ethan, thank you so much for joining us today. ASU soccer has now had 2 players win Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Week the last 2 weeks in a row. When was the last time something like that happened, and how has that contributed to the overall success of this young Sun Devil squad?
Yeah, thanks, Gabby. The last time the Sun Devils had an Offensive Player of the Week was back in 2015, Callie Ferguson, when she won the award.
And Gareth, that is going to do it for this week's edition of Cronkite Sports Live. From the softball and baseball fields to the men's and women's basketball courts to the soccer field, we really did pack it all in to this show this week. And I can only hope that the audiences at home watching it have enjoyed it as much as I have hosting it with you.
Gabby, this is what happens when fall sports get postponed to the spring. There's double the sports. It's double the amount of work, but it's also double the amount of fun. Had a great time hosting with you, and let's do it again next time.
Of course, for our entire crew and my anchor partner, Gareth Kwok, thank you all so much for watching this week's edition of Cronkite Sports Live. We will see you all next time.